is Solomon Olivares with the Hollywood Times, and I got a couple questions with Nick Friedman of Elon, producer. When did the PayPal company sale go through, and was it a difficult time for Elon before the sale?
Yeah, so uh, PayPal was acquired by eBay, I want to say in roughly 2002, 2003 timeframe, early 2000s. I want to say it was 2002. And I think eBay bought it for like over $1 billion. Elon probably made over $100 million with that transaction. And so became very, financially
PayPal.
stable. He had been replaced as the CEO previously, but still was one of the largest shareholders. And so our movie kind of begins right after that chapter. Excuse me. So it's kind of, he's got money, but instead of enjoying it, he's basically ready to risk it all on, a company that most people believe had little chance of succeeding, which was Tesla. So that's kind of the story that we're telling in the movie. But to answer your question, I think he had some challenges when he was at PayPal. They removed him as CEO. He still made a lot of money when it sold, and then that's when he found the guys that kind of were the original founders of Tesla. He backed them with his money, and then basically pushed them out and took it over.
So is this a love story? Because Elon's love interest was pretty convincing in her delivery of the line in the
Yeah, she
trailer.
did. She did a good job. She's actually a big social media influencer. The woman who played that role, her name is Nicole Friedman, same last name as mine, no relation. I think she's got like over 1 million followers on Instagram. But I would say, to answer your question, I would say at its heart, it's not a romance. It's really an entrepreneurial drama. But relationships is kind of an important part of trying to understand, Elon as a person. So we kind of wanted to show, behind the public figure, somebody whose his ambition kind of affected his personal relationship. And so Justine, his wife at the time, I think she in the movie kind of helps humanize him and reminds the audience that he's, a real person. He's a husband, he's a father, but it kind of contrasts him trying to be a husband and father while just being relentless, maniacal about trying to build the business. And ultimately, you start, and what happened in real life, you start to see the relationship crack behind the scenes. So it's kind of she's wanting to kind of, I don't want to say domesticate, but really sort of settle him down a little bit and help him realize he doesn't have to be this single focused, and he just can't be anything but that.
The film follows the story of Tesla and electric cars, right? Can you go into that?
Yeah, so basically the film follows Elon. He's pitching some of his former investors and co-workers from PayPal to back him in this Tesla venture. One of whom is Peter Thiel. The movie shows Peter sort of backing out of the investment, and it shows Tesla was kind of fighting for survival. It was running out of money. They were struggling to get the prototype to work. They were dealing with regulators, trying to limit whether or not it would be allowed on the road. So the movie's really about the people, the risk, kind of the leadership battles between Elon and the other founders of Tesla, and sort of the pressure of trying to build something when literally the odds are so stacked against you. You're reinventing a whole new category. You're trying to disrupt the automotive industry. You're running out of money. You're trying to push out the guys who started it. And so whether you're an entrepreneur or not, it's really a story about confidence and conviction under pressure, and sort of believing yourself when nobody else does.
So, does the film go into why the government blocks sale of Chinese car companies like BYD and Xiaomi, or no?
No, we don't really touch on that. That is actually, I would say that's an interesting policy discussion, but it isn't something we covered in the film. We kind of intentionally stayed focused on really Tesla's formative years and kind of the entrepreneurial struggle of getting it off the ground. So, you know, obviously, the concept of electric vehicles, Elon as a person, there's plenty of controversy circling around that. Our goal wasn't really to make what I'll say a policy film or political film. It was really to kind of tell the story about how one company fought for survival and ultimately changed an industry, and it happened to be one of the most recognizable public figures, entrepreneurial public figures of our modern time, one of the most disruptive entrepreneurs of our modern time. So we didn't, to answer your question, we didn't really touch on any of that international regulation of electric vehicles.
So, how was it for Elon? I mean, how was it for Armando to play Elon?
So obviously I'm friends with Armando, and I'll try to make sure he gets to answer that question for you himself. Um, Armando's been making these sorts of movies and casting himself in these sorts of movies for quite some time. He played Jeff Bezos in a biopic that came out a few years ago called Bezos: The Beginning, and obviously he's playing Elon in this movie. I will say he described it as probably one of the most challenging roles he's taken on. He didn't really, he wasn't trying to just do an impersonation. He wanted to understand sort of the um, energy and passion underneath the layer of his persona, to kind of be able to reflect the intensity, the relentless drive, the willingness to take risks, and also I think to some degree the social awkwardness that accompanies his focus. So um, I think Armando obviously will be able to answer better than I, but I do know that um, there was some challenges with the accent, there were some challenges with the mannerisms, but really we wanted to portray this relentless energy and passion for his vision of Tesla.
Is there a score? And is it on Spotify or when will it be on Spotify?
That's a good question for Armando as well. I'll get you the answer to that one. I believe that the team is still sort of finalizing the plans as it relates to the music. Um, we'd love to make music available because I do think it helps tell the story. But I don't know if it's going to be on Spotify or not. So I'll have to circle back with you on that one.
When is the film out?
So we're currently planning a limited theatrical release in the fall, followed by additional distribution announcements, most likely one or more of the streaming platforms. So, while the trailer is really just kind of the announcement, getting it on the map and getting it in the uh, line of sight of people that are interested in the topic or interested in movies and biopics. The theatrical release will be this fall, and then hopefully to streaming shortly thereafter.
This was the Hollywood Times with Nick Friedman of Elon. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Sally. Appreciate it, man. Good to talk to you. Thank you.
Hello, this is Sully with the Hollywood Times with Armando.
How are you?
The,
Thanks for having me.
I have a couple of questions, Mr. Armando.
Yeah, thanks, Ollie.
When did the PayPal company sale go through, and was it a difficult time for Elon before the sale?
Yeah, I mean, I believe the sale went through in what, 2002, and I mean, obviously it was a difficult time because he had to transition out of PayPal, and I know he enjoyed his time there, but yeah, it was difficult because yes, he had sold the company, but now he needed his next project because, as you can imagine, he's somebody that always has to be working on something.
So is this a love story? Because Elon's love interest was pretty convincing in the delivery of the lines in the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, we do show the aspects of Elon's. I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but we do show aspects of you know, the the love interest that he has, should I say. And the movie mainly covers him getting involved in Tesla, the first early years when they were still trying to build the first car, and all the hurdles that they went through, both technical and business, to get the car out of the garage.
Okay, so does the film dive into why the government locks arguably better cars from BYD and other Chinese companies?
No, we don't cover any of that. I mean, the primary purpose of the movie was to educate people about the early years of Tesla, and from the moment Elon got involved as an investor to him becoming CEO of the company. So it's very, very early Tesla.
So, how was it like to play Elon, Armando?
It was first of all, I had to study him, and kind of see that era of him. I enjoyed the character and the role. I mean, it was very impactful. I think I learned a lot about cars, which was interesting, and Tesla in particular. But I enjoyed making this movie. I think everyone's going to enjoy it. You're going to learn a lot about Tesla that I didn't know, and just what it took for him to actually get the car out of the garage, which was very difficult. You got to think this was in the very beginning of Tesla. They had not built their first roadster. They were still trying to figure out how they could operate it, the battery situation. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for you to watch it.
Is there a score, and when will it be on Spotify?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the link should be ready soon, so I'll follow up with everyone to see if you can get it so you can watch it.
No, is there a score, like music score?
Oh, score for of the music.
And
Yep.
is it on Spotify or when will it be on Spotify?
I don't know if the composer's going to put it on Spotify, but I could find out for you.
When is this out in theaters? And
Yeah, it's supposed to come out at the end of the year. I think the target was around the end of October, beginning of November.
all right, it's been a nice um the film Elon
Thank you, Sully.
filmmaker.
Thank you for your time, and I appreciate you taking the interest in the movie Elon, and give me a follow-up call if you need anything else.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you, Sully.